Ready? And action.
My mask is.
For me personally, they were both equally as easy, only because just of how everyone kind of had good spirits during the whole filming. Like everyone was in a very good mood, despite how tired they were. Everyone kept the jokes going and like just the positive energy going. And I can't stress enough how important that is on a film set, because I've been on sets where like the vibe is the complete opposite, and it only serves to kind of hurt the film in the long term. So
That's true.
very very important.
And that's why I'm very thankful for Barefoot, especially when I found out that he said he had a migraine. I was like, it says a lot about a person, it really does. And I wish I had many people like them too. But him particularly, like you said, I don't think he got a migraine, but he did. And to keep on going with a positive attitude, that says a lot about a person.
Yeah.
And that makes me basically want to work with him in the future as well.
I appreciate that.
So, I appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's how we got with this film. And I like to work with people with that kind of attitude. So.
I think it was the production team as a whole. Clearly, like Sam was saying, there was, you could feel the level of positivity in the room. Everybody was in good spirits despite of the hours that we were working. It's just the fact that clearly we were open with each other and we were also being transparent. Because I can only imagine if an actor was to speak and say, I have a migraine, whatever filmmaker or director, they probably turn that as a red flag and said, okay, well, we're not going to work with you again. And that's not who we are. It's pretty much, we want you to be as open and as transparent as possible, because what can affect you can affect us. And if we truly want you as a part of this, clearly we also have to work with you as well. So it's just pretty much just teamwork and open communication. Not having to fear, I can't speak out because of a migraine or a craving or anything. It's just really just the crew that we had, nothing but good spirits, positivity all the way. So definitely, and I definitely am looking forward to working and collaborating with these two gentlemen and the team itself. I can't forget you guys in the future. So
Yeah.
Alright. And one last question. If you could give one piece of advice to a future filmmaker, what would it be?
Study film. Watch a film that you love and study what is it about that you love it, and then kind of use that and kind of add it towards your film that you're trying to make. Literally, like from coloring, the color correction from editing, angles. It's a lot of filmmakers, independent filmmakers I see that gives that independent filmmaker vibe is, for example, camera movements, angles and movements. Certain scenes is okay to move the camera around with them, but to an extent, not through the whole film. You do want to learn how to cut certain part or keep the camera still and then continue on to the next angle shots. So in order to do that, they gotta watch a film that they really enjoy a lot, study it, and what is it about it they really love, and kind of take it in and use that, kind of replicate it in your version, sort of, to create this film that you're trying to create and be entertaining.
definitely, I agree with everything you're saying, Kenny, and it's facts. I would also say coming in to this business is not easy. It is very, very tough. It is very cutthroat and very competitive.
Expensive.
And
Yeah.
However, also, you can't come in with ego and you can't come in taking things personal. I mean, there are going to be energies in the room that are different from you, which should be respected and understandable. But however, also, we're all there to work, and it's, again, you would want to do this. You would want to have to be there and be as passionate and mentally ready to take everything that's going to come at you. Because if someone says, listen, I didn't like what you said, and you storm out, I can only imagine that's how it's going to be every single time someone tells you something. You're going to storm out, and you're going to cease to grow. In this business, constructive criticism, so clearly you just got to be ready to take that all in, and just pretty much not go into with any ego or taking things personal. You know, no, I'm not saying that everybody is perfect because we're all human. It's human behavior to, you know, sometimes critique. You are your own worst critic. But yeah, man, just have fun with it. Really, really study and work your craft. And
Have patience
Yeah.
and just gotta be in you. Some people want to just. I think this is one people. The reason they fail is they do it to make money, like a quick money. They think it's something that they can do. You gotta have passion. You gotta be in you. And it has to be in you. It's something that you gotta dream, wake up, think about 24/7. You know, that's how you know you're meant for it. If you don't have that process in your mind, it's just not for you. You know, some people just force it. They're like, oh, what's so hard about it? Just hit the record button and then just.
I think some people, with the idea of being on TV.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, it's
That's
just
it.
like, you know, you go to work, I'm just here for the money. I mean, clearly you're there to you know, earn a living or whatever the case may be, but the same token, if you're not going to give your 100%, clearly that's going to show in at work, it's going to show in the movies, it's going to throw off the whole energy, and it's not going to be as, for me, what I would say productive, success. So again, you really just got to be passionate about it, about whatever it is that you do, whether it's film, whether it's modeling, whether it's singing, just really, you know, come in, bring it your all, you know.
I would say gratitude for me.
Yeah.
Just being thankful that you're doing what it is you love. It honestly is just the most powerful thing ever. Try not to compare yourself to people who are successful in your position. If anything, be inspired by them. Don't compare your journey to theirs. Yours is unique, and once you make it there, your story will be your story. Just be thankful. I know it's very hard because we look at this like baby steps. It's very slow. It's very crazy. It's not promised, but that's because the reward is so great. So the advice I would give to future filmmakers is just have gratitude. Always remember what it was like before you started. Every time you do a new film, every time you write a new film, every time you think of a new film, whether it's in the shower or it's on paper, in the car, whatever, just be thankful that you've even done that. As long as you're thankful for every step, it's gonna feel so rewarding once you make it. And the second thing I would say is just diversity. If you want to change the world and change society and reflect the world you want to see, reflect that in your film. Don't just include something just to be diverse. Write from a place of honesty, and just by portraying stereotypes or having diverse casts that aren't really reflective of their nature does the exact opposite. Props to Zay, he wrote 2 male African American characters. We weren't stereotyped, we weren't stigmatized, we were honest, real, fleshed out characters. So doing things like that really will cause a change. So I recommend that to anybody who wants to be a diverse writer. So.
That's true.
Let's see. For filmmakers, my advice is definitely write what you want. I mean, if you want to explore other lanes, definitely do that. But there's a bunch of working actors out here that I feel like share the same interests or is looking for a role to fulfill one of their fantasies maybe that they had as like a little kid that they wanted to be when they got older, you know what I mean? So like you really don't know what type of roles people are looking for. So definitely, you know, there's gonna be people that wanna work on their stuff and see the vision come to life, whether you're paying them or not paying them. Like there's some people that just really just wanna work and just do it for the craft and create something different and new. And as far as actors, like acting wise, I just started this not too long ago, so there's only so much advice I can say, but people always ask me like, yo, how are you getting on like these gigs or whatever? And I'm just like, research, you know? And I know that's very vague, but I'm not trying to be vague because that's the realest answer I can give you is research, you know? Like, no agency, no management, like you gotta get it yourself, you know, show that you're worthy to have a good manager or a good agency, you know. So like he was saying, like it may be a struggle at first, but at the end it's gonna be a good reward.
To add on to what you said, also actors, I think it's important because some of them just, especially when you have no background, like no experience, you know, it's good to work at a project voluntary so you can build your portfolio. Because once you have enough, then you know you're worthy. They can see that you've done multiple films and you're getting really good and and then you're worthy of whatever they need to afford you and pay you and all that stuff. But don't try to jump into acting and want to get paid from the spot. Because there's some people who want to get paid from the spot and have no experience at all, and it's like really like you got no background, no kind of a portfolio of you acting at all before. And be realistic, be considerate.
Absolutely.
So that's me. Like doing these projects with home is something that I enjoy. I love doing. It's something I don't expect to get paid. It's something to develop my portfolio. It's something where if I decide to approach to Netflix, I can say, hey, I did these films and show them how my work, and then something that if they like it and want to invest in me to do something a bigger, higher production, then at least I have something to back up and show my work, what I'm capable of doing. So that's something that all the filmmakers should do as well is pick up some work, learn, do it for free, but have it under your belt, and then from there on, you're to grow to know what you're worth.
Yeah.
So.
And I'd also say trust yourself. You gotta trust yourself, and as an actor, like you just gotta trust yourself, because even if you're just starting or you've been doing it for a while, like there's some people that went to school. There's people that are like really considered like thespians. There's people that really put in this acting work like since a little kid. And, excuse me.
Oh, sorry.
Well.
My lesbians?
No.
Oh, sorry. I mean, if you're a lesbian, that's what we too, Because I'm like Kyle, I write stories to write them and to kind of like dive into that world, and like I don't think of ethnicities, I don't think of nothing but just the story and these characters. And originally, after I finished the script and I spoke to Kenny, I'm like, I felt like I put myself in the shoes of the cinematographer, where it was okay. Well, maybe if he could shoot it where he's texting, but that's so indie.
Yeah,
so I'm thinking like, let's do something different. That's people are gonna be like, oh wow, how did they do that? That's pretty much the mentality. That's when I was like, Kenny, why don't we have the crane? Not the crane. The drone, sorry. I know, right? The drone, descend from the heavens, because I'm thinking, originally in the script, he's in his brother's grave, and, I was thinking heaven and hell in some type of way, and I was just like, what if it's descending down, and clearly it shows the environment, and then it shows him just standing there, and it slowly descends down. And people are it's gonna be catchy. That's the first thing, the first shot people are gonna see, and people are gonna be like, for this to be an ultra low budget independent film, how do they do that? Like you were saying, that was the wow. So going into any project, I want wow moments, OMG moments, not that's indie.
No, not wow moment. Honestly, to add to that,
it's indie, but
it's
innovative.
Your project. This I always say, you have 20. Let me see. You have 2 minutes. Well, actually, I'll say minute. Literally a minute. You have a minute to capture some people's, the viewers' attention. You have to engage. If 1 minute, I find it boring, I'm walking out of the theater and get my refund. I've done it before with Ghost Speed Racer. It was suck. Yeah. But anyway, so you have 1 minute to engage the audience and maintain that. That's the tricky part. It really is. You really gotta learn how to, that 1 minute of the start, get that tension, but remaining through the entire film. Because if you lose that tension in the middle of the film, you done fucked up, and you don't want to do that. That's how you want to kind of keep it when you're filming, getting straight to the point, engaging, but make sure you're capturing it right. So.